no besties, how are you guys doing today? If you are new, welcome to my channel, but if you are a subscriber or have watched my videos before, you might have noticed that I haven't uploaded a long video in a couple months. And let's just say that this video has literally been sitting on my editing app for 2 months. I'm such a huge procrastinator, especially when it comes to voiceovers. To be honest, voiceovers have been a little bit hard for me to do just because I'm not the type of person that likes to talk a lot. So I'm like, okay, what do I say now? Anyways, um, but if you guys want to keep up with my content, make sure to check out my TikTok and my Instagram. I upload more there. So for today's video, we are doing a 2 client nail day. This nail day was back in like July, but let's just pretend it's a recent one. The first one is gonna be a medium almond set. I did do a soak off right before this, but if you guys are interested in knowing how I do soak offs, you can check that out in another video on my channel. For the application, we are using Perfect Nude from Valentino and my brush from Kiara Sky. Monomer, I love using my Macart Pro one, and if you want to save some coin, you can use my discount code ALMA24 to save, but of course you don't have to. And guys, please ignore my right hand. I did not get the chance to do my nails on my right hand. I just hate doing nails with my non-dominant hand. I just hate it. It's just really hard for me. Like my French tips come out super crooked. I just can't do anything with my non-dominant hand, honestly. I know it takes practice, but it also takes patience, and girl, I don't have that right now. So yeah, this video you're just gonna see me with some nails on my left hand. I also wanted to ask you guys a serious question. How many of you guys have raised your nail prices recently? I just feel like everything in the store or in the economy in general is going up. Like the inflation is crazy right now. Or I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping. But literally I feel like every time I go to the store, the prices just keep going up and up and up. So I was thinking of raising my nail prices, but I don't know why it's so hard for me. I just feel like my clients are gonna leave me for somebody else. But at the same time, I feel like my nails are pretty cheap, especially since they last like 3, 4, 5+ weeks. But I don't know if you guys are more experienced than me. I've been doing nails for professionally for like about a year in September. So if you guys have more experience with me, how do you guys go about that? Like raising your prices by how much? Do you guys just say it on your Instagram story? Do you talk to each of your clients? I don't know. I'm just scared of doing it, but I know it's what's for the best. At the end of the day, this is a business, not a hobby anymore. So I'm definitely thinking about raising my prices, possibly by like just $5. I'm not too sure yet. But I feel like my work has gotten so much better. Like if you guys look back to my older videos, my application was so bad. I literally had no business being on YouTube. And now my application has gotten so much better. My retention is tea. My nail art is pretty good. Like, not to be all braggy or anything, but I feel like I've gotten really good with nails. And of course, I have a lot more room to improve. But for taking in clients just a year, I feel like I've been doing pretty good. So I think this is my time to raise my prices. It's just something that is a little nerve-wracking for me. So if you guys have any advice or any tips, leave them down in the comments. Also, I'm not sure why a lot of people don't talk about this, especially in the beauty industry. So I've recently been experiencing like a nail tech burnout or kind of like a depressive sort of mood. And I didn't realize how normal it is in the beauty industry, or at least in the nail tech industry. I don't know, I've just been feeling like so out of it. I'm just questioning like my career, like what am I gonna do? Like what am I doing? Like made such a bad decision. Like my nails suck. I suck. I've just been so out of it. I have not felt motivated to create content. Like I love making content, and that has been really hard for me to do lately. I just haven't been creative. Very hard for me to freestyle lately or just come up with any nail art ideas. I've also been dreading servicing some of my clients, which I hate to say because I love all of my clients. So that just speaks a lot about like my mental health. And I just wanted to talk about it to let you guys know that it's very normal, especially when you start getting more and more clients and more busier. You need to remember that even though you are a business owner, you do have to make sure you take your breaks. And that is something that I definitely need to work on. At first, I didn't know what I was going through. Like, I thought it was just a me problem. But then I forgot where I saw it, but I saw somebody post something very similar on their story, on their Instagram story. And I was like, wow, that's crazy how this person is going through it. Just like the same exact thing that I was going through. Like, I just made me think like how common it is. So yeah, this is your little reminder to make sure you take a break, go on a little vacation, spend a day shopping, do whatever you can do, but you definitely need a day off. And I feel like as nail techs, we never really have a day off. Like my day off, and I say it with air quotes, I usually spend it like disinfecting my nail implements or thinking of more nail ideas, doing my own nails. Like my days off are not really days off. And that's something that I need to work on. But I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's not being mentioned too much. And just know that you are not alone. If you're going through this, feel free to reach out. I feel like I'm just getting out of that phase. And to be honest, it's really hard. I felt like I experienced that throughout the past month. Like it lasted me a whole month. Sometimes it lasts longer. Sometimes it just lasts a couple days. It's just different. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that with you guys. And this is not me trying to discourage you guys from becoming nail techs if that is something that you want to do. It's just the reality of being a nail tech. And I just feel like on YouTube, like day in the life of a nail tech, that's always so glamorized with their Starbucks and their cute little nail studios, which is perfectly fine. I love watching those videos. But also, like, there's also downsides of being a nail tech, being a service provider, being a business owner, and I would just like to speak about it so you can be prepared for it. Like, okay, just know that I'm not the only one going through this. I've heard about this before. Let me deal with it. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. And again, feel free to reach out if you guys want to talk more about it or leave some comments down below. If you have gone through this little phase, how do you get through it? Anyways, back to the nail set. For the nail art, I'm using Born Pretty 3D gel in clear. When working with 3D gel, especially clear, clear is very sticky, so I recommend having a little dipping dish with alcohol in it, and I just like to dip my silicone tool in the alcohol whenever it starts sticking to the gel. And as soon as I'm done molding the gel, I flash cure it with that little lamp that you saw there. And after I'm done molding it, I cure it for 60 seconds and then I go in with my gel polish to add any cute little outlines or anything like that. And after I'm done with the 3D nail art, I go in with the glossy top coat and cure it for 60 seconds. This is how the set came out for my very first client. And before my second client gets here, yes, I took a little snack break. When you're a nail tech, sometimes you don't have time to eat a full meal, so this is what you gotta do. Sometimes I just look for the random snacks that are in my house and work with that. So now let's get ready for my second client. Now, my second client is one of my favorites because she tips really good, but she's also an amazing person to talk to. I just love being around her. For her set, we also did a soak off on her, and she's going with a medium set this time. She's usually my long slash XL baddie, but she recently transitioned over to medium, which is perfectly fine with me, girl. She's a mom, so I totally get it. For this design, I'm super excited because she asked for a native nail art, which I've never done before. Showed me some pictures of some art her family did, and we went based off of that. And for the rest of the nails, we did some basic white French tips. I definitely felt the pressure when doing this set just because, like I said, I've never done any native inspired nail set and I didn't want to disrespect her in any way. So I definitely felt the pressure and I made sure to check with her in every single step. At the end, she really loved her nail set and I want to see what you guys think. And for the cover acrylic, I'm using Bad and Boujee from Valentino. This is her signature acrylic. Every time I do her nail set, she always wants the same acrylic, which I have no problems with that because that is one of my faves. Also, am I one of the only people that have a problem wearing gloves? Don't be like me and wear gloves especially during the acrylic application, just because you can easily get contact dermatitis as a nail tech. The reason why I don't like wearing gloves is because one time I was doing a soak off. The nail drill got wrapped around my glove and I literally almost cut myself really bad. Luckily, I didn't. And the funny part is that this happened in front of this client that I have right now. And I was convinced that she wasn't going to come back because of that. It was so embarrassing. Luckily, she understood and she didn't think of it too much. But after that, I literally stopped wearing gloves. But I'm definitely scared of getting contact dermatitis, so I'm just gonna start wearing gloves during the application process. But am I the only one that has issues wearing gloves? Is there a specific glove brand that you guys recommend? The ones that I use, I did get them from Shein, I think, if I remember correctly. So maybe I just need to get thicker, better quality ones. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, at the moment, I may not wear gloves, but at least I use a dust collector, especially during soak offs. If you don't have a dust collector, yes, I'm throwing shade at you because I clean out my dust collector every couple of days, and the amount of dust that it collects is insane. It just haunts me thinking that I used to do nails without a dust collector and I would breathe that in. So if you don't have a dust collector, I definitely recommend investing in one. I know there's some on Temu. I would just start with that. But that's one thing about me. I make sure I got my dust collector, my apron, and my mask, and sometimes my glasses. But yeah, I do need to work on wearing my gloves more. And after I'm done with the application, I go in with my Cart Pro 100 grit hand file and I make sure to file the sides, the free edge, and the surface. When it comes to the cuticle area, I go in with the extra fine bit. When I was a beginner, I did use the 80 grit file, which is very coarse. So if you do use that type of file, I definitely recommend being careful and not over filing. I feel like if you use a 100 grit file with bumpy acrylic application, it will take you a really long time to get it smooth. So if you're a beginner, I do recommend using the 80 grit file, but with caution. And if you're the opposite and your application is T, then I would just use a 180 grit. When it comes to like my almonds or short acrylic nails, I do use my 180 grit files just to make sure I don't overfile at all. And I hope you guys don't hate me for this, but I did forget to record the design. I just get so distracted. But anyways, this is how the final set turned out. Let me know what you guys think and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.